today's live, what we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about the number one reason I see people, especially 40 plus educational creators, why I see them not monetizing their income. And it has nothing to do with tech, it has nothing to do with price, and it has nothing to do with your audience. It has nothing to do with any of those things. It's this. You ask yourself, what is it that I could charge for? And the thing is, you already know, you just don't see it yet, right? And the thing about not seeing it is because you haven't learned to ask yourself three key questions. And it's those questions that will keep you from overthinking. See, you're not stuck because you don't know enough. You're actually stuck because you know too much, or you think you know too much. Everyone knows this. What piece of this is worth paying for? Somebody's already doing this. These are all common misconceptions, right? So your knowledge isn't common. People don't know the things that you know. The market isn't too crowded, and it's these assumptions that are keeping you stuck. So, what if we could ask three questions, and those three questions would help you figure out what could I teach somebody? Does that sound like a good idea? Would you like to know those things? Because if you do, I can answer those questions. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to pull something out here. There we go. Get these things out of the way. So, the very first question that we are going to ask is not this one. We have to, sorry about that. All right, so the very first question we're going to ask is we're going to go through and do what's called the mirror test. And the mirror test is, what are people already asking me about? Right? What are people already saying to me? Hey, can you help me with this? And you help them because you already know what it is, right? It comes so easy to you that you just think, oh, well, that's easy. I should help them. And I'm not saying you shouldn't help people for free. You can, but your knowledge should be paid for. And the number one people, the number one reason people don't do that is because they don't think their knowledge is worth anything. And when I talk about this, who asks these questions, right? Who asks these questions? Colleagues, students, Facebook groups, friends, texts, your family, right? If somebody knows you're the go-to person for fixing cars or fishing or hunting, uh, like for example, my father-in-law in our little central Pennsylvania community, um, he was known countywide for fly fishing. And so when you're known for something, that knowledge should be paid for, right? It should be paid for. You should be monetarily compensated for that. So the next thing has nothing to do with information. It has to do with transformation. And when you think about it, it is the before and the after. Think about it like this. Somebody's at point A, they want to get to point B. That's all it is. And if you can get somebody from point A to point B, you can offer that transformation, or you become that bridge for them, and you have a step-by-step process. I don't care what it is, but if you have a step-by-step process to get them there, right? You get them from being stuck to being confident, from being frustrated to getting results, from not getting results to living the life that they want. If you can do that, if you can offer that transformation, knowledge, and I'm sorry about the echo. I have no idea why the echo exists. Alan, I apologize. Knowledge implemented is power. So sell implementation. Give away information, but you sell implementation. And that is how I have been able to monetize my knowledge for the last couple of years. Let's get rid of that slide. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you have actually gotten this result for yourself or somebody else. The problem I see with too many people is that they are trying to offer a transformation they haven't even gotten for themselves. And those are the people that are selling courses. The only way that they made money was by selling the course. They'd never made money online in their entire lives. So they're offering a transformation that they can't guarantee because they haven't even done it for themselves yet. I like to say that they are selling shovels rather than digging for gold. But the thing about this is you don't need a certification. You don't need a degree. You don't need a massive following. You don't need to have written a book or done a TED talk or have any kind of credibility according to the world. All you need is results. I'll give you a perfect example. So my wife recently, well, almost 18 months ago now, she went through a surgery, right? And she was looking for people who had been through this surgery. She wasn't looking for doctors who performed the surgery. She was looking for people who had been through the surgery. And so she found this woman on Instagram who had been through the surgery. And I know I have an echo and I don't know how to fix it. It doesn't echo on YouTube. It only echoes on TikTok. So I don't know. If somebody's got a fix and they want to DM me with it, I'll be more than happy to listen to them. But it's not echoing on YouTube, and that's my main platform. So here's the deal. So my wife was looking for content for somebody who actually did it, not people that had performed the surgery. So she wasn't looking for somebody with a medical degree. She wasn't looking for somebody with with a medical practice. She was looking for somebody who had gone through the experience that she wanted to go through. And so that's why you just have to have gotten the result for yourself, or you need to have gotten it for somebody else. And that's all you're looking for when it comes to this type of business. Okay. So the last question you're going to ask yourself, and this is not a question you're going to ask to help you figure out your subject, but you're asking yourself this, and this is what's going to hold you back. It's too niche, right? What I have to offer is way too niche. There's not enough people that I could monetize this. Whatever it is and you can share with other people, there are guaranteed to be hundreds, if not thousands, or tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, or yes, possibly even millions of people who want to learn about this thing. So the niches are where your advantage is. Let me explain. If you were to say, I can do X thing for everyone, you're going to compete against people that have been in that marketplace for a lot longer than you. But if you say, I can do X thing for moms over 40 who have kids between the ages of 2 and 5 and are college graduates. See how niche down that is? And what happens is when you call out an audience very specifically that is very narrow, you become a big fish in a small pond. And when you become that, you give yourself a competitive advantage because you become different than everything else that is out there. You can also charge more for it the more niche you are. Let me give you an example of that. If you're a regular general practitioner doctor, you might make $150,000, $180,000 a year. But if you're a neurosurgeon that only specializes in the back and the neck, then you could make $300,000. So it is all about the specialization. That is where people get paid. They get paid for specializing. So the advantage, yes, it is 100% in the niches. All right. Trying to see what I've got here. Okay. So it is 100% in the niches. So here's what I've done for you inside of my community that you can find. If you're on YouTube, you can find the link in my bio. If you're on TikTok, you have to go to my YouTube to find it because I don't put it on TikTok because TikTok is just kind of stupid about these things. But inside of my community, with a 7-day free trial, I've got a tool that will help you figure out what your topic is, figure out the transformation you can offer people, and help you come up with credibility. And by using that tool in 10 minutes, you're going to have complete clarity. No guessing, no, just not knowing, right? You're going to know exactly what that thing is. You're going to have total clarity. What am I doing here? Okay, so there's that. And so if you do that, here's the thing that I'll promise you. Well, I did it again. Wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. So monetize what you know. And you can do that inside my cash flow circle. And if you do that, you won't be broke again because you will have figured out what the marketplace wants. And you have to figure out what the marketplace wants, not what it needs. You got to figure out what it wants, not what it needs. But let me show you what it's like inside of, sorry, I got to get here. There we go. So inside of here, you can see I have built these tools for you, right? So I've got a tool that will help you come up with images for your community. And I have a tool that will help you come up with the subject for your community. And this is all inside a platform called School. If you're not aware of it, there's a community, there's a classroom, there's a calendar, and they help you collect cash. So if you click on the link in my bio, it takes you to this page. And like I said, there is a free trial. So this is what it looks like for you. It's a free trial. You click on it. And then at the end of the free trial, here's what I can guarantee that you are going to have if you go through everything that I told you to go through. This is what you're going to have by the end of that whole thing. You are going to have a way to tweak your content on YouTube or TikTok. You're going to have a place that you actually own, not a social media platform that you do not. And all you have to do is go back and look at some of my old posts and find out how the reason I have the account that I do now is because somebody stole my account with 40 something thousand people on it. So build a place that you actually own, which would be a school community like this. And then you structure a monthly subscription program. Now, what's nice about this is you don't have to be some sort of tech expert or some sort of marketing genius and guru. All you need is the ability to showcase what you know. You can do it in the community, you can do it in the classroom, and you can schedule live events for people so they can hang out with you and learn from you. Wow. Joshua, not the place for that. And see, look, guys, this is exactly why I really don't care for TikTok. I just don't care for it. So anyway, that's what's going on. If you want to check out the community, there you go. You can go right there to that page and it will be there for you to check out. And let's see here. I'm trying to go back here. There we go. All right, guys. Again, I haven't eaten yet, so I'm starving. So I'm going to jump off of here. If you have any questions, all you need to do is drop them in comments on any of my YouTube videos or drop them in comments on any of my TikTok videos, and I'll be happy to address those. But we're going to wrap things up here. This is a world record short live for me because I can usually talk for a long time. But I hope you got something out of this. I hope you realize that your knowledge is valuable. And the best way to get paid is not by views. It's not by followers. So your problem isn't reach. Your problem isn't views. It's how you get paid. And if you want to learn the right way to get paid, join our school community, take that 7-day free trial, and you'll have everything that you need within 7 days to do this. And then if you want to stay, it's $9 a month. If you don't, hey, no big deal. I'll help you get started either way. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good night.